Hey, morning everyone. Welcome back to Monica by 8. Happy Friday. Okay, Aiman here. Let's start off with the S&P 500. Well, it dipped by 0.18% to close at 7709 points on Thursday's session, taking a breather of the previous session's move, right? I think the most sectors ended in the negative territory, led by the industrials and also the real estate, down by 0.83%, respectively, right? Also, I think while the energy and also the healthcare sector provided defensive support to the overall sector performance, right? So I think most market participants digested a heavy slate of tech and also software quarterly earnings, steady weekly jobless claims, and also position ahead of the key economic data on this weekend from China as well, right? Taking a look at the China A50 futures, right? Well, it's edged up slightly by 0.28% on the Thursday session, tracking a mild gains across the benchmark, where the Shanghai Composite advanced by 0.58% to close at 3,900 points. I think the modest rebound was anchored by the defensive accumulation in the stat-based financial heavyweight, like Bank of China, right? And also the energy counters, as the market participations maintain, right, a measure stance ahead of incoming July Chinese trade and economic activity data. So I think at this juncture, right, the index futures seem stable above this 14,700 points level. And if the bullish momentum to steady, well, it may head towards the 15,500 points level. Looking at the WTI crude oil futures from yesterday's move, right? Well, it surged around 2.75% on Thursday session to settle at $77 per barrel, snapping the two-day decline as the geopolitical risk premium surged back into the market. Well, I think the sudden rally was triggered by the report that Iran's parliament is formalizing a proposal to explicitly ban the US as well as Israel and the hostile vessels as well from transiting the Strait of Hormuz, right? While imposing transit fees and or cargo fines up to 20% on other commercial ships as well. I think hence if you see here, right, well, price jump from the $75 level and may rebound if the sentiment to persist. So for now, I think market seems lean towards the volatile side of things and may test the 50-day SMA line before touching the $86 level if the sentiment to persist. Well, looking at the local market, the FBM Calcia, well, it pulled back around 0.63% to close at 70.37 points on Thursday session, while the FKL futures dropped by 1.2, pulled back by 1.2%, right? I think the retreat snapped the multi-session winning streak as investors lock in gain following the Wednesday's tech-led rally, right? Also, I think the profit taking was primarily concentrated in the telco industrial, some selected banking heavyweights as well, alongside cautious positioning ahead of the US NFP data and fresh Middle East friction. So I think looking at the bigger picture of the market, of our market, right, near-term sentiment remains constructively grounded for now. And I think the heat map here reflects the widespread profit taking across the key heavyweights. Like if you see here, precious metal dropped by 3.85%. Tenaga as well by 1.2%. Public Bank YTL, which pull the benchmark lower from yesterday's move. However, the selective interest in the tech industrial names provided a pocket of resilience, led by the solid gains in JCY, Netgate right here, EG as well, right? If you see EG, it went up by 5.8% yesterday, right? Also, when you look at the sectoral performance of our market day to day, you can see that the construction and also tech is gaining traction from yesterday's trading session. Yes, of course. When talking about the construction, right? Construction sector, I think some of the big names like Gamuda recently bagged a DC job in Negeri Sembilan as well. This has boosted the index, and when we look into the tech sector, I believe the story now is all about the re-rating and also the AI story. Also, news flow from the Wall Street together, right? So looking at our Malaysia trading stocks that we publish today, right? So we got here Vitrox Corporation, right? So the stock is on its breakout formation at 9 ringgit and 15 cent level. So if the momentum to keep bullish, we expect the price to reach or to charge higher at 9 ringgit and 80 cent, followed by 10 ringgit and 45 cent level for the second resistance. And if the stock to clear below the 8 ringgit and 50 cent support, well, it could reverse the cost and trend lower, right? Also next we have UUE Holdings. So the stock is experiencing a breakout as well at 59 cent level. So if the stock remains bullish, we expect the price to reach 63 cent in the coming session with a high volume as well, right? And the second resistance is at 65 cent level. Do keep an eye at the 57 cent level for any attempt of reversal. And today we have two breakout stocks, which is Vitrox Corporation and also UUE. So put that in your trading watch list for today. Looking at the FCPO future as well, it slipped around 0.34% during Thursday session to trade back at 4686 ringgit per ton. So I think the modest pullback was primarily driven by the strength in ringgit and also a sharp drop in the crude oil prices, which softened the immediate biofuel demand prospect. I think the market caution, right, also built up ahead of the MPOB monthly data, which with the traders expecting July and inventory to hit the 5-month high. So, however, for now at this juncture, right, we are still holding our positive swing bias intact, targeting for the 4,900, followed by 5,100 ringgit level, and our stop loss remains firm at 4,000 for 530 ringgit level. Right, so I'll stop here and pass the floor to the next presenter. Thanks, everyone, and happy trading.
All right, thanks. Thank you, Aiman. So we just published a report on YTL Power. We maintain our buy call and increase our target price to 6 ringgit and 35 cents from 6 ringgit. This presents a 44% upside. The reason for the increase in target price is mainly to take into account valuation for their Brabazon project, which is essentially a 450 acres township that they are developing in Bristol, UK. Do note that YTL had actually acquired this land back in 2015. And for those who are into aviation would know that this strip of land is essentially encompasses the Brabazon hangars as well as Filton Airfield, and also which is where the first where Concorde, which used to be the fastest commercial aircraft that was built. YTL Power essentially is developing the township over the next 15 to 20 years with an estimated development value of 6 to 7 British billion pounds. In initial phases, YTL Power has already completed and delivered about 500 homes and has earmarked to build another 240 residential units in the next phase. Overall, the township is recognized as one of 12 new townships by the new UK government and has the capacity or approval to develop up to 25,000 homes. The whole land area, township, essentially will also include a 60 acres of commercial space, public park, and also a new train station. Following our visit to Brabazon, we essentially have imputed a value for this project. So if we assume a 20 years development period, a conservative 6 billion GDV, and also a 5.5 exchange rate from British pound to ringgit, we have a 33 billion valuation, a 33 billion ringgit valuation from Brabazon. We ascribe a 10% value of that GDV to arrive at 36 cents per share, given the long-term nature of the project. Do note that in the UK, there is also, the market's a bit different where for home buyers, essentially you pay a 10% down payment here in Malaysia, after which then you get progress billing as you continue to build the project. In the UK, you pay a 10% down payment, then the remaining 90% is only paid upon completion of the project. So due to the more extraneous or demanding working capital, the market risk in terms of development in the UK is slightly different compared to Malaysia. Hence, we believe that sort of 10% of our GDV, it's a fair sort of valuation. So with that, we think that we'll probably be one of the first in the market, but I think we do need to scrap a value for the Brabazon project, and this helped to lift the target price for YTL Power from 6 ringgit to 6 ringgit and 35 cents. I'll stop here and I'll pass this time now to my next colleague.
Oops, okay. Good morning, everyone. So hang on, let me just get a better lighting. All right. So today we have a company update on MRCB. So yesterday, MRCB via a JV with Theta H, a 90% MRCB, 10% Theta H, was awarded with a 3 billion ringgit contract for the systems package for Penang LRT. This project would take about 68 months from the commencement date, so roughly should complete about 2031 or 2032. And this is MRCB's first win for FY26 and is the first rail-related project since the 5 reinstated LRT stations it won back in February 2025. Profitability-wise, we're projecting a project margins of about 5%. And in terms of MRCB's capabilities, recall that MRCB was the main contractor for LRT3, which includes the systems works. So we think that they do have the expertise or capabilities to manage such contracts. So in terms of what we can expect next for MRCB, well, order book wise, taking into account the latest job, now it's about roughly 8 billion. Tender book is maybe about 7 billion around there. That includes certain projects like Penang International Airport expansion and some road and infra works amongst others. So, that could be, potentially the next wins for MRCB. But I think, in a nutshell, we view that the construction arm for MRCB is, really starting to firing all cylinders that it has, because, on top of this latest win, it has the 2.5 billion contract with the 5 reinstated LRT stations, which is likely starting this quarter or next quarter. Then not to forget, you've got the, I think, 2.9 billion Shah Alam Stadium project, which is, has pretty much commenced also. So that is expected to really boost the construction arm for MRCB in the next 2 to 3 years. So all in, we make no changes to our earnings estimates, given that the latest job win is within our FY26 job replenishment assumption of 4 billion ringgit. So maintained by with an unchanged target price of 51 cents. So that's all from me today, everyone. Thank you for dialing into RGB Morning Kappa at 8. Have a great weekend, and we will see you tomorrow at the same time and same place on Monday. Have a great weekend and take care, everyone. Bye-bye.